your channel got its first big break from a PewDiePie contest, right? Mm-hmm. That's an accurate statement.
Yeah.
I have this clip. It's really short. It's crazy that this small little shout out.
That's cool. Okay.
Oh, you're actually going to show the shout out? Oh my god.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think it's embarrassing or anything. It's really short.
Top of the modern fucking. I don't even know. This
He
guy
doesn't
seems
even show you. He just said it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you in the corner.
That's me.
Oh,
Almost unrecognizable.
yeah.
Damn.
Sweet baby boy.
How old were you at this time?
2013. So
5 years ago.
23.
And he's
watch
cool. Okay. Top of the modern fucking. I don't even know. This guy seems crazy. I really like
That's it.
whatever it is he's doing.
Yeah.
He seemed really funny. His name is Jacksepticeye. You should check him out
He
as
said
well.
it.
Jacksepticeye. What was that like for you?
Well, here's the thing, because there's huge misconceptions about that. Because it's easy to look back, and me and Felix are friends and everything, and look back and say like, oh, that's how he became popular. That's the secret. You just get a shout out competition. But at that time, I was at 2.2k subs there. And then after that, I came home from college and it was at 15,000 subscribers, which is fucking bananas at that moment. And then after like 3 days, it went up to 20k and then completely stopped. Nothing happened after that.
Interesting.
And I had been doing like Grand Theft Auto 5 videos twice a day for like a week, and no one was watching those either. So the people who came from the shout out kind of watched one video and it got like 15k views and then just didn't watch anything else ever. And then people just stopped subscribing. It went from like getting 3,000 subs a day to 100.
Right.
And then
just like,
no
it was
one really
like
watched anymore. So that was the moment where I changed like everything I was doing.
Interesting.
And became more of myself and just like settled into the content.
So how long after the shout out was it? Like, what's the timeline of the growth of your channel? Like, in comparison, because how much time passed from that shout out to the point where your channel started like picking up traction?
About 6 months, I'd say. So it was after that. That was September 2013. And then after that, like the rest of the year passed and nothing was really happening. Some stuff was still like residual and everything. But I just like put my foot down. I started doing videos like much harder, much better, a lot more variety. I wasn't just doing the same game anymore. The whole top of the morning thing became like a huge thing at that point. And then it was August 2014 that the channel hit 1 million subs. So it was like right after that, nothing really happened. But it was the thing that instigated the passion in me.
Right.
So I was like, well, here's this opportunity. I thought it would make the channel huge, and then it kind of died out real quick. And I was like, okay, well, I need to do something. I need to like...
That's the beautiful thing. Because
Yeah.
anyone can get a shout out.
Yeah.
Like, it happens all the time. But not everybody takes that
Yeah.
and
A shout-
turns it into an opportunity.
A shout out alone doesn't get you to.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and Felix had
And-
26 million subscribers at that point.
That's so
Wow.
insane how fucking huge his channel is.
Yeah.
Like, even back then, he was like,
Yeah. So like 5 years later, and I'm like 6 behind that.
yeah.
And like, if you told that kid that was going to happen, he would have lost his fucking mind.
Yeah. No, but I think that's the testament. It's easy to be like, oh, he got a shout out from PewDiePie, you know. Of course
Yeah.
he's got 20 million. But like the shout out is literally, it's just like a little like, it's like this.
Yeah.
Like a
well,
little, I mean, it's important, but like
Yeah.
you have to take it.
And the analogy I always use is like, your channel's your car. Felix is the key turning it on, gets you going, teaches you how to like drive it or whatever. But you're the one who has to like change gears and stay in lane and drive down the
By the way,
street.
that shout out wasn't that epic either.
No.
It was like very lightweight.
If you go through, there's a couple of other channels who he shouted out in that, and there was another channel called Illmatic, I remember, who I thought was phenomenal because his editing at the time was insane. I think he's Australian, and he got up to like 11k subs, and then never went any further.
Yeah.
I don't know what his channel's at now. I hope he's doing well.
Illmatic, shout out.
But I
You're getting a shout out, bro.
a shout out from a shout
You're
out.
getting a fucking shout outs all day.
And it was that kind of thing where I'm like, well, I want this to work, so I want to like put the effort in and get it going and
Yeah.
see how far I can push it. And to get a shout out, you kind of have to be putting the work in already. Like he wouldn't have shouted me out if I wasn't doing 2 videos a day at that point. Anyway,
Yeah.
Was there a point where you were getting feedback and you're like, oh shit, they like what I'm doing? Because I remember I had a moment like that where you're like, oh fuck, I'm doing something right. Like, do you remember a specific moment?
yeah, I think it was fairly early on. People obviously like the accent a lot, but they like the energy and the enthusiasm behind it.
Did you kick it up at one point? Or, I mean, because like you said that you took these 6 months and you really focused on your content. Was there something you changed where people were like, oh, that's good. Do more of that?
It was just a case of being more of myself. Because at that point, I was trying to imitate like the Marks and the Felix and everybody else who was kind of doing Let's Plays at that point.
Sure.
And then after that, I was like, well, I'm not going to get anywhere if I'm somebody else who already has a channel.
Right.
So I just started being more of who I am and talking honestly and saying whatever
that
I wanted.
sounds really healthy, dude. Fuck.
I guess.
Being yourself.
No, not to take away from it. I'm hugely grateful for the shout out Felix did.
No, you.
And I'm really glad that it happened, and I would never take that back. I just think that there's some misconceptions online of what that did.
Sure.
And that's why everyone's
sure.
like, you need to do a shout out competition now because Felix did one.
I can see it being a little frustrating of being like, you owe everything to this one shout out. It's like, well, that's really not what happened.
Yeah, and even Felix like recently came to me. He was like, "Do you want to like delete those videos off our channels and like just not have them there
funny.
anymore?"
Huh.
It's
It's still a whole thing.
because he knew that people were like shitting on me for that and saying like, "You're only popular because of this thing." So
That's so insane.
and I was
to say
like,
that.
I
That's
was
so
like, no,
ridiculous.
just keep it there. It's a piece of history that. People
But no, it's good.
It
because
is
you
a piece of history.
yeah.
If you go and watch it, you can see it's like, he's not like, you need to go subscribe right now. Like, he didn't even play your video. It was like, check the guy out.
And he I think he was supposed to do the shout out competition and then he kind of forgot about it and then he did it really quick because he came back from somewhere and then that's why his face isn't even on it because he just recorded the thing with his microphone.
Unbelievable, man. Pewdiepie.
What a guy.
You guy's on another level.
Yeah. It's like
And he's
65 now.
By the way, we talk about like burnout and shit. He's still posting every fucking day. Okay, I don't know how he does it. He must be deeply damaged and miserable. No, I'm kidding. He seems really well adjusted. That's what pisses me off the most.
We're all damaged, man. I mean, he changes up his content enough to keep it fresh for himself, so.
Yeah.
I don't like how well adjusted he seems to be. I don't like it at
He's
all.
just a psychopath and he doesn't care about anything.
That's what I like to think.
Yeah. That's what
That's what keeps me going.
That's what we get out of this podcast. Felix is a psychopath.